Yeah, I haven't really heard a lot of people complain, so maybe we don't worry about it.
That's right. I'm all mumble.
Hey, my friend.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you? You look so nice.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Our director, Michelle, was just wondering when she would stop.
still at the check-in table. I talked to her already. She knows? Okay.
She said, even if I wasn't up there.
Shabbat Shalom. Come on, everyone, you could do better than that. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Brandon. I really appreciate that. It's so good to see you all on this beautiful yet chilly Shabbat evening. And it is also a special Shabbat on two levels. Why is this Shabbat different than all other Shabbats, you're asking? I know you were. This is, of course, Shabbat Shirah, our annual Shabbat of song, which is connected to this week's Torah portion, which Ken will talk about a little bit later, the Shalach. But it's also Refugee Shabbat in our nation. Throughout the Reform, Conservative, and other movements of Judaism, we are doing Refugee Shabbat. We've done this for a while, and part of the organizer of all that is HIAS. And I would highly recommend at some point, if you've never looked up the website of HIAS, HIAS, that you do so. The work that they do began with helping Jews out who were refugees. That work evolved to the idea, just like ADL, it may start with Jews, but we realize we have to help everyone for obvious reasons. That's what our mission is all about as Jews, I think, to be a light unto the nations. And so HIAS began as a way of helping the Jewish people, and then, after we were settled on at least that round of settlement, then HIAS developed a more worldwide program. They're all over the world. They've been in Ukraine. They've been helping out Ukraine and everywhere else. They're incredible. Please look them up online. And I have to tell you, I think it's one of the most important organizations that we have as a Jewish people. With that, I invite us all to take a deep breath in. Behold how good and how pleasant it is that we are together as one congregational family.
Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. 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 How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem. Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem. Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem. Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem. Salam Aleikum. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem. Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem. Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem. Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem. Salam Aleikum. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad.
Well done, mazel tovs. Thank you. We continue the lighting of the Shabbat candles, and I'd like to call upon, in honor of Shabbat Shira, our madricha extraordinaire for the cantor, Dara Turchin, to lead us. And those of you at home, page 120, 121.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tivanu l'hadlikner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
And now that we've welcomed Shabbat, I invite you to welcome the person next to you, wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Maybe wave at someone you don't know, wish them a Shabbat Shalom. A good Shabbos.
Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabla Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabla Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom umevorach. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom umevorach. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabla Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabla.
Please turn to page 144. Yikadav ve'yikadash me rabba Belmadi verachirte ve'amlich mahute Bechayechon uvyomechon uvhayedechol be'Yisrael Bakala uvisman kariv ve'imeru amen Yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'alam ulal me'amaya Yitbarach ve'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh ve'yithadar ve'yithalev ve'yithalal Shmei dekudesha brichu לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה, ויאמרו אמן.
We rise for the Baruch Hu on page 146.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim v'chochma poteach sha'arim uvitvonai meshane itim umahalif et hazmanim umesader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono Borei Yom V'Laila, Golel Or Mipnei Hoshach V'Hoshach, Mipnei Or Umavir Yom Umavi Laila, Umavedil Ben Yom Uven Laila, Adonai Savaot Shamo El Hai V'Kayam, Tamid Imloch Aleinu La'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Hama Ariv Aravim.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Ahavta. Torah umizvot, Hukim umishpatim, Otanu lamadata. Al Kain Adonai Eloheinu, V'shoch Benu Uvkumenu, Nasiach Behukechach, V'nismecha B'divrei Toratcha U'mitzvotecha Le'olam Va'ed. Ki heim hayenu Ve'orecha Ve'orei Yaminu Uvehem Negeh Yomam V'Laila. V'ahavat Ha Al Tasir Mimenu Le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael.
As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Invite us to take a deep breath in and exhale out. Another deep cleansing breath in.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam. Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם נאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day, and press them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am your Adonai your God. We continue responsibly.
In a world torn by violence and pain, in a world far from wholeness and peace, they give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Mihamoka ba'elim Adonai, Mihamoka Nadar ba'kodesh, Nora tefilot oseh fela, Malchut zecha ra'u vanecha, Bokeh ayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze eli anu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Ve'enem amar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov, Ugalo miyad hazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai Ga'el Yisrael. Who is like you, O God, among the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders?
Your children witnessed your sovereignty, the sea splitting before Moses and Miriam. This is our God, they cried. Adonai will reign forever and ever.
Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Ga'el Yisrael.
All right, Mazel Tones, come back up. This is the text of this Shabbat. Our Micha Mocha, we find in the story of the Exodus that we're reading this week, Parshat Beshalach. And we've got a special one tonight. I hope we'll have a little bit of fun, a little bit of that rejoicing in that moment where we felt our freedom. Here we go. standing at the sea, mi chamocha, standing at the sea, mi chamocha, standing at the sea, mi chamocha, freedom's on our way. Singing and dancing, mi chamocha, singing and dancing, mi chamocha, singing and dancing, mi chamocha, freedom's on our way. Freedom, 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 freedom's on our way. The sea she parts, mi chamocha, the sea she parts, mi chamocha, the sea she parts, mi chamocha, freedom's on our way. Walking through the water, mi chamocha, walking through the water, mi chamocha, walking through the water, mi chamocha, freedom's on our way. Freedom, 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 freedom's on our way. On the other side, mi chamocha, on the other side, mi chamocha, on the other side, mi chamocha, freedom's on our way. One God, mi chamocha, one God, mi chamocha, one God, mi chamocha, freedom's on our way. Freedom, 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 freedom's on our way. Standing at the sea, mi chamocha, standing at the sea, mi chamocha, standing at the sea, mi chamocha, freedom's on our way. Singing and dancing, mi chamocha, singing and dancing, mi chamocha, singing and dancing, mi chamocha, freedom's on our way. Freedom, 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 freedom's on our way. Freedom's on our way. Freedom's on our way.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukkot shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
Vishamaru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'aso et ha-Shabbat le-dortam borei olam b'nei ovein b'nei Yisrael et ha'i le'olam ki sheshet Imein Asa Adonai et Hashamim et Haaretz Uvayom Hashaviyah Shavat Vayen Fash. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth. On the seventh day God ceased from work and was refreshed.
Shabbat.
Thank you, Mazel Tones. That was awesome. We continue now with our tefillah. Invite you to please rise if you are able.
Adonai, Sefatai Tifta, Ufi Agita Hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Elohei Avotenu, Ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rahel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Ha'Gibor V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Hasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Hasdei Avot Ve'imahot, U'Mivigei Geulah Livnei B'neihem, L'Ma'an Shemo Be'achma, Melech Hoser U'Moshiach U'Magei, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham, V'Ezra Tzara.
Please turn to page 100.
It's already out there.
Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Chayei HaKol Ram LeHoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Marid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umechaye, Umatmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye ha'achol.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated.
Days pass and years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes of seeing and our minds of knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illumines the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see whenever we gaze at the bush, that the bush burns unconsumed, and we clay, touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe in this place, and we didn't know it. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill a promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat.
You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There we may find you, and there courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another. That all is real in all who seek you. May find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, Shiyoscha, Levadcha B'yir Navon.
(177) God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulcha na'el lehodot.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Ki ata humela Adon lechol hashalom. Betov beinecha levarei et Amcha Yisrael. Lechol eit uvchol sha'a bishlomecha. Baruch ata Adonai hambarei et amo Yisrael bashalom.
Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praise are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael bashalom.
So invite us to take a deep breath in. And maybe on this Shabbat, as we close our eyes, we just take a moment to imagine ourselves crossing those sea of reeds. From slavery into freedom. And how did that feel, to feel that sense of freedom finally? And how would that be for those around us right now in San Jose that don't feel that freedom? We pause in silent reflection.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי
We now focus our energies toward those who are ill and in need of healing. That healing may be a physical one, a mental one, or a spiritual one. On this Shabbat, we think of Jasmine Anthony, Janet Argrovich, Sally Emerendez, Chana Bat Miriam, Bobby Barco, Bob Bell, Robert Berg, Arno Berliner, Sandy Beinstock, Carol Brindell, Barry Brown, Rich Burns, Mike Kahn, Julian Cannell, Melissa Champer, Chu Chi, Talia Sorowski, Deanna Courtwright, Gina Fishoff, Harold Fletcher, Carolyn Franklin, Holly Fugit, Marilyn Fuller, Roberta Gabriel, Josiah Garcia, Marcia Gieser, Marina Gaffney, Charlene Griffin, Jack Huff, Olivia Hand, Linda Harris, Gary Height, Jennifer Johnson, Mimi Jones, Arlene German, Sylvia Karp, Evelyn Katz-McCosker, Shirley Lerner, Carol Lesage, Bobby Lotman, Emmett Lowry, Austin Lucero, Janice Lucero, Gerald Maddox, Missy Marsh, Stephen Marceri, Rich McCarthy, Neil McElwee, Rich Meador, Beverly Meador, Gunther Myberg, Lawrence Neal, Barbara Wanamaker-Neiman, Gilbert Palazzo, Brad Parkins, Gabrielle Pollock, Heidi Preston, Sherry Prezant, Stephanie Rasmussen, Linda Rogers, Julius Rodriguez, Eva Rose, Devone Ross, Patricia A. Rosie, Anthony Sains, Daryl Sanchez, Laura Sanders, Glenn Sanders, Victoria Schneider, Nina Shapiro, Shirley Silverman, Jonathan Stern, Donna Thyman, Gina Thrower, Kara Thayer, Steve Umecki, Teresa Walsh, Jeannie Watson, Nancy Weisenfeld, Eleanor Williams, Sue Witten, David Weiner, Sherman Wong, Yaakov Ben Ada, Brandon Yarkin, and everyone who is suffering from coronavirus and other illnesses as well. If you wish to add another name to our healing list, I invite you to raise your hand. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie. We wish upon all those we mentioned, those who remain unnamed, a refuah shlema, a speedy recovery, as we join together in Mishabera.
Misheberach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Like I mentioned, the beginning of our service tonight is Refugee Shabbat, and it is my great honor to welcome our speaker. And before I do that, I just wanted to do a shout out to Jewish Family Service, because we have a lot of peeps from Jewish Family Service. So if you work at Jewish Family Service, let's start with the director of Jewish Family Service, the CEO. There we go. All right. Still keep standing. Let's bring up the whole gang. And I'd like all the staff from JFS who's with us to please stand and join their wonderful director. And I will say I have a source of pride that we have a few of them are members of our congregation, so I'm really, really proud of that. I personally think, thank you very much, I personally think of all of the organizations we have, Jewish Family Service is by far one of the most important ones that we can all support. And they do so much great work. And to share with us some of the thought on Refugee Shabbat and what's been going on in our own community, I'd like to call upon their Director of Refugee Services and Career Services, Michelle Lee. Let's give her some snaps. Let's welcome her.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for inviting Jewish Services to speak tonight about Refugee Shabbat, the global refugee crisis, and what we do at JFS to support refugees who are rebuilding their lives here in the U.S. The fastest growing European refugee crisis since World War II is still going on. People seeking asylum are being turned away at borders worldwide. And this year, for the first time ever, the total number of displaced peoples globally is over 100 million. This is a critical moment for all of us to reaffirm and increase our support for refugees and asylum seekers. Refugee Shabbat is a moment for congregations, organizations, and individuals like you in the U.S. and around the world to dedicate a Shabbat experience to refugees and asylum seekers. Refugee Shabbat is organized by HIAS, the oldest and only Jewish international humanitarian aid organization dedicated to providing humanitarian aid and assistance to people whose lives and freedom are believed to be at risk due to war, religious persecution, or violence. Since the inception of HIAS, has helped resettle more than 4.5 million refugees. At JFS, we are an affiliate of HIAS, And we are grounded in Jewish values. And 3 of our core Jewish values, which really impact our work, are repairing the world, welcoming the stranger, and treating everyone who walks through our doors with dignity and respect. Our goal at JFS is to empower and impact the lives of many throughout Santa Clara County and nationwide. We want to make a difference, and standing in rooms like this to speak about the services that we do allows us to make a difference each day. You impact the work that we're able to do by your donations, by volunteering, by speaking in the community about the change that we are making here in San Jose and throughout the Bay Area and Silicon Valley. We assist our refugees with not only being self-sufficient here, but it starts from day one. The moment that we get the call that says that we're receiving a refugee, and we reach out to their U.S. tie to ensure that they have family support when they arrive. But from that day on, they belong to us at JFS. We provide them with assistance applying for benefits, ensuring that they have medical, and that they can be seen at the Refugee Health Clinic, where they are able to meet all of their medical needs. We ensure that we have volunteers that can provide transportation and food resources when they are needed. We offer free ESL classes and career services, which allow our clients to seek employment and be placed with employers that we know have supported refugees throughout the times. We make connections within the community so that our refugees feel supported. We have a refugee housing committee which has housed over 350 refugees. Last year alone, JFS served over 450 refugees. Our impact will reach more than 550 refugees this year. But we can't do it alone. It takes a community, it takes a congregation, it takes other organizations, and it takes the support from those that are in this community to encourage and appreciate and support the refugees that are coming here to the U.S. Some believe that it stops when they get into the U.S. They've made it. But I want you to imagine with me today that all you have is 5 minutes to run home and grab your most valuable items and head to the airport. You can't even imagine how that feels. You can't even imagine the fear and the stress and the terror that you must feel when you have to grab items. But imagine the things that they left behind: family, friends, companions, dogs, cats, their family fish, their Bibles which hold their family's history, things that they can never replace, and they've lost them in war zones or running from prosecution. You can only imagine what our refugees come to JFS with and the impact that we make on their lives. My team and my support team are many members of your congregation here today. And I thank you for the important impact that you have made at JFS. You volunteer, you provide your time, and you provide your support to our refugees. We could not do it without all of you, including the youth, because it takes a village to raise a child, and it takes a team to support a refugee. We hope that our impact will reach nationwide. We want to continue to be able to provide trauma-informed care throughout this year to refugees as they go through this troubled time. And one of our main efforts is to continue to provide temporary and permanent housing, financial support, volunteers, and we are hiring for several open positions as well. So if you want to be a part of our team and you want to make an impact, you don't have to just work for us, you just have to show up. That's 90% of it. There are refugees that need rides to medical appointments, a pickup from a new job interview, or even a mentorship where you're able to mentor a newcomer that hasn't been to the U.S. before. They don't know our grocery stores. They don't know where the pharmacy is. They don't even know how to catch our bus system. But we are here to support them, and you are here to provide us with additional support. I know I only had 5 minutes, but I do once again want to say thank you to the partnership that Temple Emanu-El has given to JFS. You are valued partners and you are valued support, and we can't do our work without you. From you all giving back to our Embrace a Family or our Back to School drive, we could not be able to do this work alone. We do have federal funding, but a lot of our funding comes from volunteers. And just like I am going to call you out, I have Allison Landers here. She was a volunteer for JFS, and she has made a huge impact. She's the reason why we were able to resettle so many refugees, along with Debbie. They changed our organization and the lives of our refugees. The first step is finding stable housing so that you can build the road to self-sufficiency. And for a refugee, that's the most important part, because their home is their safe space. And they have created a safe space for over 350 refugees. Also providing furniture, fully decking out their new homes, and providing support through the application process. Our team is so proud to be in this community and to be able to support our refugees. And thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much. That was terrific, Michelle. And I just want to, again, you saw those that work at JFS. The one thing I would ask is, if you are interested in volunteering, you know, if you just have a few hours a week, you have a day off, you're kind of, there's a few, I'm not going to look at anyone who's retired and may have some time. They can use a drive here and there. There's just so many little things we can do. It's not like a big Megillah that you have to volunteer your, you know, their 4 weeks straight. It's simply what you can do. So at the Oneg, I invite you to talk to any of the staff that are overseeing. I believe, Robin, you're overseeing volunteers. So Robin is right there raising her hand, our own Robin. And talk to her about opportunities and how it is. I will tell you, it is transformative to be able to look at someone else in the eyes and to know you made a difference in their life. It doesn't get better than that. Isn't that what we're about as Jews? Hello. Absolutely. I don't know. I think we need some mazel tones, Canada. What do you think?
We're going to have mazel tones come on back up, and they're going to offer us a really wonderful piece of music this evening that was written by a Jewish Russian refugee. You may have heard of him, Irving Berlin. And it is using the text of a poem by Emma Lazarus, The New Colossus, which you might be familiar with from the Statue of Liberty. And Emma Lazarus wasn't a refugee herself. She was born in the United States, but she worked to help Jewish refugees at the turn of the century, like Irving Berlin and his family escape what they were going through in Russia and other places in Europe. And I think it just really serves as a reminder to us as a people who knows what it's like to have been displaced, to constantly be picking up and leaving from our homes over many, many years. We still hold that with us, even though it might not be as true today. But I think it's a call to us to remember those who are in that position now, and to do that work and to be there for them as people who have been through it ourselves.
Give me your time, your core, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free.
Look what's up there. Who can read that in Hebrew? Yesh, Yom Huledet Sameach. That's right, means birthday. So I believe we're in the month of February, are we not? It's crazy. We actually are. So if there's any February birthdays, come up on these steps, February birthdays. Thanks, Sherry. February birthdays, come on up.
For February? Yeah, spelled the same way too. Wow, look at all these February people. All right. What?
All right. Nice. All right, Ken, are we ready? I think we need to sing a little happy birthday, don't you?
I think so.
Let's do it.
Happy
Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet
Sameach. Happy birthday
to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
And to the trees as
And to the
well.
trees. Happy birthday, trees. We have Tu B'Shvat coming up. That's right. May you all live to 120 years.
Or as old
with
as a tree.
great health. As old as a or older. Yeah, as a tree. Nice. Thanks, Canner. Yeah, well, I don't know what I'm saying. Great health, lots of happiness, and tremendous amounts of love in your life. And because now it's time to get your own
Birthday pencil.
All right, Sherry has them. Aren't you lucky? Birthday pencils. They're-
I gotta get
Once you get your pencil, get off the beam. That's it. Get off the beam.
Okay, let's go.
That's funny. So if I run out, I can ask you, huh? You'll have them. Well done, everyone. Thank you. Please have a seat back in the congregation. Well done.
so welcome.
Aha.
Not yet.
What number is this one? So you're just so good, isn't she? What a devoted daughter. Such a good daughter.
Ready?
Now we can do announcements. We have the slide up. So you're good to go, Sherry.
Okay,
A
good.
wonderful Vice President of Education and Youth, the one and only Sherry Wiesner.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Sherry Wiesner, and on behalf of our Board of Trustees, I'd like to welcome you to Refugee Shabbat and our Erev Shabbat family service, led by Rabbi Magat, Cantor Shafritz, and our Shomrim class, led by Maura Lynn. After services, please join us in the Temple House for Kiddush, Hamotzi, and Oneg, sponsored tonight by our Shomrim class parents, during which time our gift shop will be open for all your Judaica shopping needs. This Tuesday, join the rabbi for his weekly chat on Zoom at noon. If you or anyone you know is interested in checking out our wonderful preschool, they're having an open house night this Tuesday at 5 p.m. Also on Tuesday, put on your dancing shoes and join Louis for Israeli dance at 7:30. On Wednesday, Rabbi will be having his hybrid lunch and learn and will be speaking about his upcoming trip to Israel. All right, I haven't always had the props, so this is new to me. On Wednesday, Rabbi will be having, I just read that. On Thursday at noon on Zoom, our film discussion group will talk about the 4th season of the series Fauda. Looking ahead, on Sunday, February 12th, we will be holding an important town hall meeting, both in person or streaming, to discuss the High Holiday Survey and to go over and vote on bylaw changes. Join us for some nosh starting at 10 a.m. Believe it or not, Purim is coming up. And our confirmation class will be packing up Mishloach Mano for all members. If you'd like to contribute to this project and send greetings to all members, please do so online. If you'd like to join the distribution team, please email or call Iris in the administrative office. And if you're able to pick up bags in person, they will be ready for pickup during the next family service on March 3rd or during the carnival on March 5th. Finally, we are super looking forward to, it does say that, we are super looking forward to our congregational retreat, March 17th through the 19th. Check online to see the amazing schedule of activities, housing options, and pricing. The retreat will take place at Camp Newman. Thanks, Rabbi. And we need your registrations by February 24th. Hope to see you all at our Erev Shabbat services next Friday at 7 p.m. Shabbat Shalom.
I don't think I've ever encouraged one to use their phone in a service. That's how important this stuff is, just saying. So again, the last one, this is JFS's website to get to them, and the one before that, this is the HIAS one. So if you need one of those, let me know. And I invite you, if you're able to please rise for Elenu.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'tet gedula le'otzer breshit, shehu noteh shamayim ve'yoser haaretz, u'moshav yekaro b'shamayim himal, u'shchinatu zo begovhei meromim, hu Eloheinu ein od, va'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה Ushmo, Ushmo, Ushmo Echad.
We now come to the moment in our service when we think about members of our family and community who've died recently and in years past. We are mindful, of course, of Joyce Mendel, who will be laid to rest on Sunday of this week, as well as those that are grieving the Shana, the first year of mourning for Henry Barsky, Esther Burton, Dr. Ed Kahn, Eldon Cherness, Robert DeNike, Rhoda Edwards, Betty Fargo, Nessia Fistrom, Fritz Gottfeld, Jacqueline Hall, James Hayward, Gail Jacobs, Walter Jacobs, Laura Jacobson, Steve Koss, Sylvia Lazarus, Bobby Lebo, Bernie Levine, Rita Lauren, Emanu-El Marquis, Rochelle Marquis, Harvey Offenhartz, Janice Palmer, Thomas Parkins, Herman W. Poland, Gladys Popolo, Mitzi Sapper, Randy Shev, Judy Siegel, Norman Siegler, William Silen. We also think of the following yahrzeits that we observe on this Shabbat as we think of Edward Jacob Abelson, Jewel Altman, Mike Aronson, Leonard Baker, Larry Barco, former president of our congregation, Judge George H. Barnett, Rabbi Sidney M. Berkowitz, Louis Berman, Harry Berman, Ellen Bonema, Bill Chastain, Wolfgang Danziger, Ida Deshotsky, Alice Emmerich, Goldie Epstein, Sam Epstein, David Goldberg, Stanley Goldman, Grace Evelyn Hoffman, Kay Johnson, Louis Howard Katz, Irvin Katz, Janet Katz, Eva Klinger, Martin Kriesman, Edith Krulin, Leo Lee, Anne Levin, Julia Levin, David Lipton, Dr. Bino Lowy, Beatrice May, Lucille Medeiros, David Meyerfeld, Ida Nathan, Jeanette Penacovi, Corinne Ravel-Retchen, another former president of our congregation, Dr. Alexander Rogozin, Philip Rosenberg, Ronald Roth, Elaine Rubenstein, Leon Shear, Murray Siegel, Arthur Stein, Beverly Strong, Jerry Turchin, Leanne Wanamaker, Reuben Wargon, Al Winter. Zichronam livracha, may all their memories be a blessing to us all as we rise to continue with the ancient words of our mourner's Kaddish. For those at home, page 598. Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shmei Rabba, ve'alma divra chirutei ve'amlich malachutei, ve'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dachol beit Yisrael, ba'galav uzman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'alam olmei almaya, yitbarach ve'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar